Hey, all right, welcome back. So over the past week, we have heard so much about JetZero. That's that jet maker that's made zero jets. Hey, they're working on it, okay? First, they have to build the factory. Then they can build these futuristic-looking jets. They're sold as energy efficient. They save fuel and therefore save money. Maybe cheaper ticket prices, doubtful, but we'll see. Either way, it's a multi-billion-dollar project promising to bring 14,000 jobs to Greensboro, a town that has kind of become this hub for aviation. You got Honda Jet, they've been there for years. JetZero is now the new kid on the block. And then there is Boom Supersonic. That's the neighbor that people weren't so sure about at first, but now everybody wants to be their friend. See, Boom Supersonic builds planes that go beyond Mach 1, supersonic speed, faster than the speed of sound. And they have actually built these planes, as you can see. They've done test flights and everything. The problem was the test flights took place in military airspace because otherwise flying faster than the speed of sound is illegal in the United States. And it's been that way for decades. But that's about to change. And it's all because of a new executive order from President Trump. Order up! Executive Order 14304 is titled Leading the World in Supersonic Flight. It calls on the FAA to repeal prohibitions on overland supersonic flight. It also calls for some new rules to manage supersonic flight, to reach deals with other countries so that these jets can fly overseas, and to advance research and development. It has Boom Supersonic saying boom goes the dynamite. They're excited. But it isn't going to happen right away. The FAA has until December to repeal that ban, and then until December of 2026 to come up with some of these new rules. Or Congress could pass the Supersonic Aviation Modernization Act. Both of North Carolina's senators, Tillis and Budd, they introduced this, and right now it is in committee. All right, so they want to make supersonic flight legal again. But why was it banned in the first place? Flying that fast can be super convenient. Right now, a flight from Newark to London takes 7 hours. Boom Supersonic's plane could cut that to 3.5 hours. That is fast. So what's stopping us? Why has there been this ban for 52 years? Well, it starts in 1947 when the rocket-powered XS-1 took flight. It was the OG supersonic jet. Fast forward to 1963, JFK announces the Supersonic Transport Program, the SST, and the goal was to build a passenger plane that could fly at supersonic speed. The problem was that sonic boom. That big, loud shockwave created by something moving faster than the speed of sound. And these booms can be dangerous. In 1968, during a supersonic flight demonstration in Colorado, the sonic boom blew out 200 windows at the Air Force Chapel, injured a dozen people. The government did a bunch of studies and a bunch of surveys, and they found that people were too worried about sonic booms to continue with the project. In 1971, Congress passed the ban on supersonic travel. But overseas, supersonic flight was just getting started. Maybe you remember this plane, the Concorde. It is iconic. The pointy nose, the skinny fuselage, the sleek wings. It was as fast as it was flashy. The Concorde flew a blistering Mach 2.04. Mach 1 is the speed of sound, so Mach 2 is 2 times the speed of sound, or in this case, over 1,300 miles per hour. While doing some research for this story, we found a video of the day the Concorde landed at RDU back in 1986.
The wait was too much for some, but most just kept their necks craned. Finally, it all seemed worth it.
Wow, indeed. The plane was a beast, and it was a beast to maintain. 6,700 gallons of fuel per hour. That is 6 times more than some passenger planes that fly today. And tickets were expensive, about $12,000 a seat. Today, that would be north of $67,000, and you'd probably still have to pay extra to check a bag. Think about that. Put a down payment on a house or take a quick trip across the Atlantic. Concordes don't fly anymore because of the cost and because of this. A Concorde airplane crashed in France in the year 2000. During takeoff, the plane's tire burst, sending a big chunk of rubber into the fuel tank. The fuel caught fire, the engines failed, the plane crashed, and all 109 people on board died, plus 4 more people who were on the ground. You add that to the big drop-off in international travel after 9/11, and the airlines just decided it was over for the Concorde. So what do we make of all of this? Supersonic flight appears to be coming back through Boom Supersonic in Greensboro, and we should say the tech has improved. The company says it can minimize the sonic boom now. It's called the Mach cutoff. The planes hit supersonic speeds at a higher altitude or bounce the boom back into the atmosphere so it never really hits the ground, and NASA supports this science. They use the technology for their own supersonic aircraft. And multiple airlines have already put orders in. They think this is going to work out. Pair that with support from the president and both of North Carolina's senators, and the skies look clear for takeoff.